Hello, so I'm growing my mustache back because, like I said in my last video, I have no choice but to be a man. Um, but I don't really mind because people seem to find me very handsome, and they find me even more handsome when I have a mustache. So, personally, I believe that this sort of look with a mustache, I mean, I can grow a really nice mustache with like a beard. And I bought these sunglasses. These are sunglasses I bought. These are really nice sunglasses. I like the style. I like how I look. And then I'll show you what else I bought today. I bought a watch. Let's see here. With a leather strap. Now, I had a more kind of icy wrist watch before. I mean, it didn't have diamonds, it had quartz, but it broke. The strap on the watch broke because it was made of ceramic glass or something. But this is the watch that I had before. And the band, I still have the band, but it's broken. It's in like a little bag in my drawer over there. This is the watch I had before. This says it's a sunborn watch with quartz stones. So those are quartz stones and it's still ticking. Just that the strap is broken. Anyways, I like this look because I look really badass. I like how badass I look. And I mean, I've been spending a lot of money. I just bought a watch and a pair of sunglasses, and I also bought like a sandwich and a cup of coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. I bought a turkey sausage sandwich. And then there's some more luxurious items I want to show you. Well, before I show you those, I just want you to know I have a Holy Quran. So this Quran is like 700 pages, and I'm on page 427, so I'm not even done reading it because I almost never pick it up. Essentially, I'm trying to be badass. Like, I consider myself to be a Republican because I feel like being a Democrat makes you a pussy and being a Republican makes you a badass. So I'm like a Republican MRA Muslim. And if you don't know what an MRA is, it's a men's rights activist. And I also said before I was alt right and I'm sort of an imperialist. But that's because Lain Iwakura is Japanese. So speaking of Japan, I want to show you. This is from Japan. My father gave this to me because he was in Japan in the 90s. This is like there's like a texture to it. It's like embroidery or something. I don't know what it is, but it's really beautiful. It's really really beautiful. It's from Japan. And I also like Japan because I'm a gypsy. I'm not really a weeaboo actually. I'm just a gypsy because I believe Lain Iwakura is Japanese. So then also this is a Republican book. Mark Levin on Power. Mark R. Levin on Power. He's actually a guy who hosts a show on Fox News. And I saw he had this book, so I got it for Christmas from my father. He gave this to me. I asked him to get this for me, and I asked my mother to get me this book. It's the Narcotics Anonymous book. So I have all three Narcotics Anonymous badges. Well, there's more than three, but I only have three of them. This is the six. There's the 6 months sober badge. 1 year sober badge is glow in the dark, and the black one is for multiple years sober. So it says clean and serene for multiple years of recovery. So essentially, what I'm doing is trying to be badass. Now, I also have 32 tattoos. If you saw my previous videos, I said I just got another one So yeah, I've endured some pain over there. But actually, because like I said before, that even though I look like a man, I'm actually a female. I'm sort of very weak and I'm not very strong. Now, I know how to exercise. I mean, I don't really exercise ever because I'm such a cripple, but I'm saying at least I can sport the look. I mean, I'm not really strong, but I don't really care because you have to understand what my mindset is. My mindset is that I'm not even really a man, I'm just a cisgender female. But I'm just going to grow my mustache back and be a man. I mean, if you met me in real life, you'd be like, alright, this guy's a man. You know what I mean? Also, let me explain what I'm saying here. Let me explain how my anatomy works. The way that my anatomy works is essentially like, well, let me explain the sexual anatomy that I'm trying to explain here. So the sexual anatomy is that there's a masculinity and then there's also the vagina. So the vagina is actually a part of the anus, and there's a tube within the anus or connected to the anus that goes to a uterus which is in the belly, and that's where the periods come from. But then actually, the exterior of the genitalia in the front is actually a part of the vagina itself, and the clitoris would be the head of the penis. Then what's more is that there's a masculinity, so there's also a semen, but I just call it like dragon seed because that's what I call masculinity. It's not actually that I have a penis because I don't. I'm literally a female. There's a tube that connects to my anus, which is part of the vagina, and there's also a wet that comes from this vagina, a wetness. Like if I felt aroused, there would be a wetness from the vagina, and it's connected to the uterus, which is in the belly, and that's where the periods come from when whatever the eggs die or whatever. So that's actually how my sexual anatomy works. But then there's other things going on with my body that I've explained before. Like I had a chart that I showed in a couple other videos that explains how exactly I'm perceiving the world. So the way that I'm actually perceiving the world is actually like very very beautiful and it's very very sexy too. Essentially, what I'm perceiving is that I'm essentially like a 5'4" Japanese girl who is also like a black woman. That's what I'm perceiving. When I look through my eyes, I can't escape it. That's what I'm going through all the time. But people in my comments section on my last video were saying that I have a problem. So I think the only way to really solve this problem is to be a man. Because if I'm just a white man, even though I'm really not, then there's nothing really to worry about because that's what everybody thinks that I am, so there's no confusion. Even though I'm not really a man, I'm actually a female. My entire body is actually female. The way that I'm perceiving the world is actually female also. And I explained that I have a female sexual anatomy. So essentially I have nothing to worry about so long as I grow a mustache. The only really thing that's a problem is that I have boobs, and my boobs hurt if I don't wear a bra. But since I'm not wearing a bra, my boobs are in perpetual, like a slight amount of pain all the time. But also, for the record, I'll state that you know how women experience heat? Well, men don't really experience that. But I actually do experience heat in my abdomen, which is like part of the sexual of the female or whatever. I mean, I'm not really like, this is like a different kind of anatomy than a human female. So I don't really know how to explain it in a way that someone could understand. I don't have a human female anatomy. I have a non human female anatomy. That's what I'm trying to explain to people so that they can understand what this is. But essentially, I'm just trying to be really like a badass man. But the thing is, I don't actually want to fuck a woman. I don't actually want to fuck a woman because I don't have a penis. You understand what I'm saying?